But you know, so we work with
mostly say hooray for our side. Stop now, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Well, paranoia strikes into your life, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Don't step out of line, man will come, he'll take you away. Stop, hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going, we better stop now, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going, we got. Stop, brother, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What's going down? Tell me what's going down.
Bob, how are you, mate? Where you been? Where you been? Everywhere. That's all I'm doing. All right. What you doing, buddy?
Say hooray for our side. Stop now, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
In 1938, Congress proclaimed, "It is fitting that the recurring anniversary of this date should be commemorated with thanksgiving and prayer and exercises designed to perpetuate peace through goodwill and mutual understanding between nations, and inviting the people of the United States to observe the day in schools and churches and other suitable places with appropriate ceremonies of friendly relations with all other people." That date was November 11th, the day an armistice was signed, bringing an end to the war, to end all wars. That proclamation established Armistice Day as a national holiday. In 1954, Armistice Day was changed to Veterans Day. And while it is proper that we should honor our veterans, I believe that the spirit of Armistice Day has been lost in the commercialization and militarization of Veterans Day. The Veterans for Peace has asked you all to come here and observe and commemorate Armistice Day, which was originally a day of peace, and we can take back November 11th as a day of peace.
I do not claim to speak for any other veterans today. I do not even claim to speak for any members of Veterans for Peace gathered here today. I just speak for myself, Robert Goss of 5th Avenue from Vancouver, Washington, just so the FBI has got my ID. And I speak for the hundreds of veterans who are KIA, from the 3rd of the 8th, the 1st of the 8th, 1st of the 12th, 3rd of the 12th, 1st of the 22nd, 1st of the 35th, 52nd Engineers, etc., etc. Yes, kids, KIA is not a card from Korea. It means killed in action. I feel compelled to speak for those men as the last person on this earth to kneel over their maimed bodies and broken spirits, tending first aid as a flight medic, slinging the poncho-wrapped corpses into the bellies of those helicopters. I'm past the point of reconciliation with America. I'm too tired from years of certifiable PTSD and too old to talk bullshit. If there's a reason I survived 22 months in the Central Highlands, it's to bear witness to the folly and the lies of war for these boys, many still teenagers, whose patriotism to this nation's Constitution was exploited by the ruling class. I speak to cut through the chaff of the big 24-hour sale over at Macy's and the Oompa Loompa parades down Sandy Boulevard to testify against the crime of war. In my opinion, there's no more astute observer and witness to war than Chris Hedges. So I paraphrase, we as a nation prefer to speak from the patriotic script. We prefer to hear ourselves exalted. If veterans speak of terrible wounds, visible and invisible, of lies told to make them kill, of evil committed in our name, we cover our ears. Not our boys, we say, bred in our homes, endowed with goodness and decency. I gave them a good boy, and they gave me back a killer. We don't listen to their anguished words, wishing only they would calm down, be reasonable, get some help, and go away. We, the delusional, brand our prophets as madmen. Is it any wonder, then, that so many are alienated and deranged, that so many succumb to suicide and addictions? War comes wrapped up in patriotic slogans, calls for sacrifice, honor, heroism, promises of glory. It's a noble cause. Remember that one? It's what a grateful nation expects from its youth. It's waged to make the world a better place, to root out evil. War is the ultimate test of manhood, where the young bucks can prove what they're made of. It gives us camaraderie and a chance to play a small part in the sweeping drama of history. It gives us the identity of a patriot, as long as we go along with the myths the masters of war need to wage them, and to continue to increase their profits and fatten up their stocks. But up-close war is obscenity and pain, an orgy of hatred, suffering, and death, where much of human decency and compassion are crushed. The screams of the wounded, the fear, the styrene stench of napalm, blistered bodies, the mangled and bloated purple corpses being shoved into body bags. Makes me think of Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Violet, you're turning purple, Violet! They all combine to eviscerate our moral bearings and our sense of dignity. The trivial and banal chatter, the foolishness of our consumer culture, is stripped away. Wars occasionally are justified, and they must be fought to ensure survival, but they're always tragic. They validate the worst elements of any society, those with a penchant for violence and a lust for power. Those politicians and pundits who gleefully relish the prospect of eternal war, but who do not know its reality. The Kissingers, the Rumsfelds, the Cheneys,